So, yesterday was my Friday at work, meaning that even though it is Monday or technically Tuesday because I work from 10 to 2 a.m. starting on Monday over to Tuesday, it's my last day of work of the week. And for those of you who watched my previous video, I talked about how I was being trained to drive these. They're called center riders. They're for a pit where you could transport pallets with this huge electric driven motorized freaking awesome of a vehicle, even though it is extremely slow. It was fun, and ever since I started working there I was like, man, I want to be one of those people who drive. It just seems like a whole lot more fun than anything else you do in the warehouse. And last week I was trained and I got my temporary license. I couldn't keep for like 2 weeks, and then they're gonna like do a little audit, which is like a little test they do before you get the actual permanent license. And I've been doing pit for the entire week from Thursday up to Sunday night. And then comes yesterday. It comes yesterday and I'm just, I go to work, I'm chilling there for like 10 minutes before I go in, 10-15 minutes, and 5 minutes into it, I turn off the car, because I'm listening to radio and it's cold at night, so I kind of had the heater on a little bit. And I'm listening to music, and I just turn it off, and I start putting my safety vest on and stuff, right? I start getting ready, start getting like prepared mentally, because you just have to stand up for a very long time and walking all the time. And it gets boring, so you have to like really get into a certain mindset where you don't zone out, you don't get sleepy, because if you get sleepy it's horrible. And as I was leaving the car I was like, I'm missing something. Like, and it turns out it was my badge, and not only is the badge to clock in, but I also have the temporary license there, and it's not there. And I start getting mad, and I'm like looking everywhere, and I'm like, you know what, screw it. I call my wife and I'm like, hey, by any chance would you happen to see my badge around there? She's like, oh yeah, hold on, let me see if I can find it. And it's silence, and it was like silent for like 5 seconds, but it was the longest 5 seconds of my life. And it turns out she's like, oh yeah, it's right here on the floor. Turns out I had dropped it as I was walking out. So upset for the extra hour and a half that I was supposed to be doing like pit driving. I was just there walking around doing crap. I couldn't do anything. There was nothing for me to do because it was like 75 other people and I had nothing else to do. So upsetting.
That's how it's done. Wow, that guy.